Hey everybody, it's Mike and Wendy. We are in the marriage shop, and just like you, Facebook was down for us. A lot of people are still trying to figure it out, but we wanted to be here just in case you were able to be here. So you can see that Thomas Stokes is with us. So we're
What's
glad you
going
got through,
on?
Thomas
Thomas
Stokes.
Stokes, welcome.
And we hope some other people are able to get on as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. Listen, I told Wendy we don't work for Facebook, so we'll be here no matter what. And by the way, all the time, if you jump over to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, the Marriage Shop, there you'll find we have a live feed on YouTube every week as well. A lot of people don't know that. And by the way, I say if you jump over, if you're on Facebook, you can jump over. And exactly, Thomas, Facebook ain't stopping me. But if you're on Facebook, you can always jump over there. If you're on YouTube, hey, just hold what you got. But so we were having some feed issues trying to connect with Facebook. So we don't know if Facebook is working or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess you could let us know though. Did you get to us through Facebook or YouTube?
Yeah.
And what we posted on our pages, if Facebook ever goes down, we're here every Monday live at 7 on YouTube as well. Yeah. So you never have to worry.
Yeah,
I mean, unless we're not here.
Unless we're right. Every Monday we're here, and unless we're not. And so, like next Monday, I think we are traveling. Next Monday, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the road.
We'll be on the road
in DC.
So, or on the road in the air, or something. So, yep. So we'll be in DC area next week. So yeah, at least early in the week. So. Whatever. But hey, welcome. For those of you who made it in, really good to see you. We kind of, and we'll see how it goes because we had a direction we were going to go tonight. Obviously, we couldn't put that out. If you were here a couple of weeks ago, you'll recall that we were talking about separation, right? And so we were going to follow up on that conversation, but I think we probably want to get, probably not tonight, simply because, it looks like people are coming back online at different rates.
Yep.
And all our systems are not talking the way they're supposed to talk, given the fact that Facebook went down today. But I must say, after Facebook went down, it was so peaceful. But tell your friends, if they're out there buying toilet paper and bread, and call them up and say, hey, y'all just stop. Put the bread down.
Oh my goodness.
Come on back home. All right.
Yeah. Well, Michelle Moore Wilson, we're glad you're here. And tell Jared Wilson, hey, no worries. You can always find us on YouTube if you can't get us on Facebook. But we're here, and if we're not going to be here, we always try to make sure we let you guys know. So if by chance you don't see us live, just check our page and you definitely will find a message there from us if for some reason we're not able to go live. But we're glad that a few of you were able to join us here tonight. It was a little bit hot, humid, and rainy here in Evans, but that has all subsided for now. And it's a pleasant day. So we're back at Evans, Georgia, and glad to be home.
Yeah, we've actually been, I don't know, we might have been to your town over the last couple of weeks. So if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Nashville, if you live, kind of in the middle of Kentucky, like in the middle, we might have been to your town.
Even out on the farm in Kentucky.
Yeah,
we were there.
We were there. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we had a good time. So, now that travel seems to be back to almost pre-COVID type activity, we'll be on the road quite a bit, but we'll try our best to connect either from wherever we are or in advance or somehow, some way. But Mondays at 7, you can find us here.
No question.
Yep.
And so so don't despair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be a little busy, but we'll come on. As we transition in, toward the end of the year, we are going to change things up a little bit, and we'll give you some idea about what those type changes are. But there may be changes in terms of the frequency, maybe more frequent. There may be changes in terms of our start time, as we've been kind of looking at different things. Do we continue to start at 7, or maybe do we slide that back toward maybe 7:30?
Yeah.
Little things like that, and then how we structure things and what we do around the marriage shop. There'll be some things that you will notice in 2022, and hopefully that you'll enjoy. So
yeah, so Bob Young, glad you could join
hey,
us.
what's up, sir?
And anybody else that may have joined us since we got started. So we originally we're going to do part 2 of separation, or is it good to separate? I think is what we were talking about.
Mhm.
It has some real good dialogue around that, and thank you all for everyone that shared your perspectives, your thoughts, your opinions on that. And we're going to pick that up in the coming weeks. We want to make sure that everybody that tuned in for part 1 is able to be here for part 2, and we
Yeah.
know that some people are having some challenges
Yeah.
connected on Facebook tonight. So since we're not talking about that, what are we talking about?
How about them Cowboys? How about we talk about that?
Ah.
I would love to talk about that.
Yeah,
Can
no,
we-
I mean, it seemed like we just talked about the Cowboys. Did we just talk football a couple weeks ago?
Football is it's a weekly. Didn't we just eat yesterday? You know what I mean? It's an ongoing thing. I think so. Okay, we don't want. Okay, so we won't talk about football.
I mean, we can, because Monday Night Football is the Raiders against the Chargers. So, I mean, maybe we should just talk football, because y'all know it's going down.
I see. Her team is playing. We can go ahead and talk football.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay, but if we're not going to talk about football, and believe me, if y'all want to talk football, drop it in the chat, because we got to do what people say. So you want to talk football, let's do it. But it's the Marriage Shop, right? And so I got to thinking today that, I mean, Facebook was down for, I think, 7 hours or something. And it's funny because you're so used to, there are certain sites that I'll go to sometimes just to make sure that my it's working, my internet's working.
Yeah.
And so it'll be like CNN, it'll be Facebook or whatever. And so Wendy shouts over and she's telling me that Facebook is not working. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, must be operator error. Not so much. So, but it was down for 7 hours.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much time America or the world gained not being able to access Facebook. That's assuming that you weren't like just sitting there, just refresh. But if you put the phone down for a little while, I wonder collectively how much time, how many minutes we gained. So if you can even estimate that, because I can estimate that for you right now in that 7 hour period, how much time I probably did not spend on social media that I might have ordinarily.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that I would estimate that time at probably about 30 minutes. So,
yeah, I mean, some of us are on social media a whole lot more than others. And certainly younger people are on different platforms, right? So if you're on Snapchat most of the time, then you probably didn't even notice that Instagram and Facebook were down.
Right. And so we're not talking to you. So if you did notice, I want to drop in the chat how much time. Thomas said he started reading a book. He's been reading to read, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going somewhere with this question. So I would just love to know for you all. I say 30 minutes for me. So in that 7 hour period, how much time maybe did you not spend on Facebook that you would ordinarily spend?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, let me see, because the time that I was trying to connect, it was for business purposes. So I would say about an hour.
Okay, that's fine. So
it
sounds like to me you trying to like you.
No, because if it had gone down after 10 o'clock at night, then the answer would be different.
Okay. So during the time it went down,
about an hour.
No caveats, no excuses. I'm just curious because here's where I'm going with this. Time is one of those things. Obviously, we don't get it back. Is some people will call it our most precious resource. And I wonder. Okay, so you didn't have the time doing that. How much did you take any of the time and maybe give it to your husband? Give it to your wife? Did you spend any additional time talking or eating a meal or anything with this time that you had? I'm curious.
Yeah. So Lisa says she didn't even know it was down.
Yeah. Because Lisa works like a champ. I know.
I mean, for people who are busy at work during the day, you may not have even noticed, right? It's once you get home or when you're on a lunch break or at different times. There's some people who only check their phones and check social media during those times. There are other people who are constantly on social media. So if you noticed today that it was down and you lost some time, either trying to figure out whether or not it was actually down, some time trying to reconnect, or time trying to contact other people to find out if they knew what was going on with Facebook?
I'm just well, yeah. And that's one thing I didn't do. I mean, honestly, I just actually I did what I do. I was like, is the internet? Because I think you asked if we're having internet problems. I'm like, let me see. Wait, let's do something that always comes up. Boom, 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 bam, headline, Facebook down. I'm like, well, that explains it.
Yeah,
it was kind of like when you have a power outage in the neighborhood. And everything is just really quiet.
Well, everybody comes out of their house looking around as if somebody next door is going to say, yep, our lights are off too.
And some of y'all are like, how am I supposed to find out Facebook is down if Facebook goes down? How am I supposed to find out anything? Right? What about my news feed?
Yeah.
So that was funny. But and I asked that question just about time because I have up here, we have this tool that we created to kind of help couples to recapture time. And so I was just wondering, if you have time, it's kind of like, some people kind of today, I would imagine that, your Facebook goes down and people start, panicking. So I imagine some people started lighting candles and it's like, whoa, no. That's power outage. It's like, oh, okay. So what do you do when Facebook goes? Lighting candles, bread, toilet paper. What do you do? Right. And so I kind of used to enjoy power outages back in the day when everything shut down, no television, no sound, no nothing. Because to me, it's kind of an opportunity. You light a couple of candles and just kind of sit, or, do other cool stuff.
Yeah.
But it presents an opportunity. And so I guess where I'm going with all this is sometimes the things that normally distract us will be taken away. And when that happens, do you go into a panic or do you see the opportunity? Right? If you're not working hard, like some of you all are, but some of you all are working hard and you're still on social media. I've seen it.
That's funny.
Let's tell the truth, y'all.
So Nicolette is joining us from YouTube.
Oh my! Roll
Way
Tide.
to adjust, and she says "Roll Tide." We'll let you have that one this week.
I mean, who did they played? Who did they play? It was shoot. Why am I blanking?
Who they played, Nicolette?
It wasn't Arkansas. It was somebody else. It was, I don't know, but they won. Cowboys won. Tide won. It's a good day. I'm Ole Miss. That's right. I mean, come on. Do we even celebrate an Ole Miss victory?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, a win's a win, but I mean, those guys didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
So anyway. Good. Well, welcome back. Welcome into the Marriage Shop. So anyway, those. I mean, since we had some, at least some Facebook downtime, I just got me thinking about time in general. How we grab those extra minutes, right? Because there's some days I'll tell you, like when maybe there's nothing to do in the morning, the schedule's open, and I'll have an opportunity. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking out a couple hours. I'm going fishing.
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes I'll go fishing. Sometimes I'll say, you know what? I'm going to stay here and just like hang out with Wendy. Right?
Yeah.
And I just do that because when given choices, like how often do I choose her and choose time with her? And so I think every minute we spend, we're making a choice.
Yeah.
Every minute we spend on this thing, we're making a choice. And yes, you think it's hard, right? And you just can't live without it and you leave it and you'll turn around and miss your plane because you forgot this. But every minute is a choice. And so I wonder how often we choose each other versus other things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, social media in itself has really kind of allowed us to feel connected to the world. It is our way to be connected, right? So even if we're not somebody who usually talks on the phone or somebody who doesn't email a lot, then your other option for frequent communication, finding out what's happening with other people, finding out what's happening in the world can be through social media. I think if the pandemic taught us anything, we can't rely on everything that we relied on before. I mean, from day to day, things change. Yeah. And so in an instant today, a lot of people found that Facebook was shut down, and all of a sudden it is before we go to plan B, before we figure out what our backup plan or our emergency plan is, it's verifying if in fact it's down. So once you verify that it's down, then it's, well, what do I do next? How will I find out what's going on with the world. How will I connect to people? How can I check on people? All those questions, right?
Yeah. Some people realize, like, man, I have nobody's phone number.
Yeah. Nobody's phone numbers.
Messenger.
Even when we were thinking about it, it's like, how do we let the people that only follow us on Facebook know that we're on YouTube? We say it every week, but if it's one of those things that you just kind of tucked away because for sure you're going to find us on Facebook, then you might want to go ahead and just follow and like that YouTube channel just in case this happens again. So I'm going to call it your Facebook emergency plan. Or
I love
your
it.
Facebook failure emergency plan. Let's give it 2 F's. So if Facebook goes down, we want you to come up with at least 3 things that you're going to do in the event that it goes down in the future.
You know what? I want y'all to do us a favor. I mean, and this is serious. So if you're watching this tonight, if you're watching it on replay, whatever, drop your name and your email address in the chat. No, don't do that.
No.
Direct message us, DM us. Send us a message. I mean, if you don't mind, everybody, the whole world seeing your number, that's cool. But DM us your name and your name and email, and we will put you on our email list. So that way, something goes down, we'll tell you how to find us.
Yeah. And I like that, KC. Number 1 is live, right? Life doesn't end just because Facebook goes down. So live, eat, and then what else is on your list?
Yeah.
So that's good. And back to pen and paper. You're right, Nicolette.
And good to see you tonight in here, cousin. Good to see you. But yeah.
Eat some more.
Eat some more. Right. That's because when everything shuts down, at least that's my default. Let's eat. Which means if you see one thing we gotta adjust, we gotta get gas appliances in the kitchen. Because when you have gas in the kitchen, you're not worried about anything. Power, whatever.
Anything.
Otherwise, we gotta go out here and light that grill up. But
yeah. So what I mean specifically in terms of those top 3 things are, you mentioned how do you reconnect or connect with your significant other during those times, right? So now you have more time on your hands. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, everything is down. Now you have time that you didn't have. What are 3 ways you can use that time to reconnect with your boo? Yeah.
So Lisa said, if you need a plan for what to do when Facebook goes down, please get a hobby. See, Lisa, you're being mean. I mean, some people don't even know that they need a hobby. I guess somebody had to let them know, right? But yeah, I mean, that is some people's hobby. Is Facebook is that a hobby?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
Facebook
would you consider that a hobby? You're trolling.
I think
on Facebook?
So. Trolling Facebook, watching videos. I don't know. I mean, I guess hobby, pastime. I don't know.
All I know is, like, we went to a little thing in Atlanta yesterday, and there were all these people, and intermission came.
Yeah,
about a third left to go, like just walk around, maybe get a snack, maybe hit the restroom. The other 2/3, it was just like shuffle, bam.
Yeah,
it was like a bunch of robots. It was crazy, and at least 8 or 10 of those, Facebook.
He says sounds like a breathing apparatus.
A breathing apparatus. What does? What sounds like a breathing apparatus? I missed that. So yeah. Tell me, cuz what you talking about? What you talking about? All right. So anyway, yeah. So what else you got on your mind this evening? Because tonight we consider this kind of like the marriage shop clearance aisle. It's the clearance aisle, right? It's like, okay, we need to kind of clear a couple of things out. Everybody's a little bit off their game.
Yeah,
a lot of people a little bit off their game anyway, and so we still have some. Looks like our systems are popping up, slowly but surely. But so
Yeah, so I guess he's saying Facebook sounds like a breathing, like life support, right? That people can't survive without it. Good point. There's a whole lot we could talk about. So we're not talking about football. We're not talking about...
Unless y'all want to talk about football. Now, y'all better sound off. I know Nicolette will talk football. KC probably talk football. Even I don't. But do you want to talk football, KC? That's the question.
Have we ever talked
kind of a rough
about
year for you? Huh?
Arranged marriage?
Arranged marriage?
Have we ever talked about that?
I don't know. I don't know if we did. I don't remember. So you want to talk about arranged marriage?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out
I mean,
there.
that's
What do y'all
heavy
think about that?
for this moment.
Yeah, not tonight.
I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm
necessarily tonight, but if that's something y'all want us to talk about, maybe we can talk about that.
Oh, we're talking about that. So, I mean, yeah.
Arranged marriages. So
Yeah.
let us know what you think about that. And give us a couple of topics y'all want us to talk about. I mean, we sit over here, we try to research, we try to think of things, we have conversations with each other. I mean, what's relevant, and we listen.
Mm-hmm.
What should we bring to the marriage shop tonight? And so sometimes we come up with some good ones, and sometimes, it's a miss. So yeah, let us know. Drop it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Some topics you want us to talk about. So I threw out there arranged marriages. Also earlier I was talking about, is it okay to look? That's another one.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So you have any ideas?
No, I like both of those. Is it okay to look? I mean, so we can't talk about that tonight either? You don't want to talk about that tonight?
Not tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so I say I vote yes on all those, y'all. So if you have a couple you want to throw in there, please do. But I think that's it. Well, yeah. What brings up those two? Arranged marriage. Let's start there. What causes you to be thinking about arranged marriage tonight?
I mean, I'm always thinking about it. We have two daughters who are who are technically adults. And I think that everybody has in their mind, I wonder who my child is going to marry. That's all. That's what made me think about it. Yeah. So wonder what you think about that. If it's something that you guys do, other cultures, other cultures practice that. Yeah. We watched a good show about that. It was Indians.
It was Indian families. Yeah,
Indian families.
Yeah,
had matchmakers, and yeah.
I'm all about that. That's matter of fact, we don't need a show. Yes. Let's do it.
We can talk about it.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about it in a bit more depth, and we'll put some work into that.
But. Yeah. I mean, and when do you start that process? Right? Is it a process of from the time that your children are school age, maybe, or toddlers? Are you already considering matchmaking? Are you vetting other people's kids privately? Are you thinking, this person might make a good match for my child?
I know. I mean, we're not matchmaking, and I know but I've been vetting for years, just in case. But see, the young ones, I'm like, you know what? You're young and you're cute and all that now, but I need to wait and see what you become. Like young men, it's like little lion cubs, right? Oh, you're just so cute, you're just so Simba, all that junk, right? And then. And then they get old, and it's like, oh man, you're dangerous.
Oh my goodness!
Get away from my daughter, right? So yeah, I gotta keep my eye on them.
Yeah. I mean, that's real, right? And so maybe we'll talk about that, but maybe not tonight. And let's see, Nicolette says Superman versus Batman. Is that what you want us to talk about? She said we are a house divided, and my husband has led half our kids down a dark path. That's funny. Oh wow. So yeah, and she says, I know the ones I don't want.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth, right? And so how many times have we heard or seen where because the parent says absolutely no or don't date somebody, that's exactly the type of person or the people that the kids tend to gravitate towards. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. Maybe we'll bring that up. Rebellion.
Yeah, KC, you know what? I agree. Batman. See, this is a story of socioeconomic status. Batman is wealthy. That's what he is. He buys toys. He's not a superhero, right? His gift is money. That he was born into. That's all. I don't want to start any controversy, but
cool gadgets.
Cool gadgets.
So he doesn't have any super qualities. So that means he's not a superhero. Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying he's like a rich dude with a lot of gadgets. More or less like Iron Man. Right? Iron Man is just a modern day Batman.
I see.
I think, but that's just me. Okay.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. So Vadi Buckman has a great book called Five Things He Must Have to Marry My Daughter. Interesting thoughts for arranged marriages. Thanks, Thomas, for sharing that. Lisa says we can talk about how football affects the marriage. If Brian was a Washington fan, we might need counseling. Brian, he's a Steelers fan. He might need counseling right now.
That's hilarious. If Brian was a Washington fan, this whole thing would have never happened. It'd have never happened. He'd have been that guy over there, with the smart mouth. You just shut your mouth, right? This whole thing would have never happened. Like goodness. No Jasmine and Morris wedding coming up. No Ashley, Ashley, yes. Ashley, right? But whatever, right? No, whatever that street is, y'all. None of that would have happened, right? I have no idea what it would have been, but if he was a Redskin fan, he wouldn't have made it. I'm just saying. Sorry. Did I take that? Probably took that too far. But it's true. Truth is what it is, y'all.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah, so Nicolette is still on Batman. She said Batman is trash. That is so funny.
Is he trash? I mean, is he? I mean,
but Batman is cool, and Batman had a cool TV show and a sidekick. So Superman didn't have a sidekick.
He didn't. But why did Batman dress his sidekick in such ridiculous gear?
Would you wear like a Robin?
A Robin does not look like that. I'm sorry. It's
a bat and a bird. Yeah. Being a Batman fan makes me question.
That's so funny.
That is so
going
funny.
in on Batman. That's so funny. So yeah, I mean, he didn't get. You think he got bitten by? Didn't one storyline try to make it so that he got like no back bites?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
I don't think so.
So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna talk a bit more in depth about arranged marriages for sure, and how what that's about, what that really looks like.
Yeah.
And in fact, we should maybe even because there are a number of traditions where that's exactly what they do. We might do a little looking around to see if we can't talk about a couple of different ways that people do it.
Yeah.
And what the benefit of it is, what the drawbacks might be. Because I can tell you now, if you have our kids and you raise them up to be 20 years old and then you start talking arranged marriage, oh, you crazy. Right? Like, to get out of my face. But I think when the expectation is that from the beginning, I don't know. Because I mean, I think, there's, I'm gonna stop talking on it right now, but we can talk about that.
We'll talk about it. So the rest of the time you want to talk about, he said it looks like Coming to America.
That's funny.
You want to talk about Batman versus Superman, or you want to talk about football and marriage?
I mean, it's the marriage shop, so we got to talk about football and marriage. But
okay.
But I don't, I don't want to press that one because everybody is not, they're not inclined to look at football, right? And they don't get it. Like the whole thing about being a fan and going crazy. And so here's tension. How about this? I think it is there's probably more tension with like a couple where one person is just like a really strong fan and the other like could not care less and really doesn't understand why you're doing all that screaming over there.
Yeah, I mean that could be. So I think that's it's the same topic, but just another way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it could be. And then because otherwise, if it's a fan thing, it's like if I'm Bama and you're Clemson or whatever, then that's a different kind of tension. But it's good old healthy competitive tension.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to talk about any of those tonight.
Okay, fine.
In fact, we're going to cut this thing short
because
what we talked about was you might have lost some time today and gained some time because Facebook was down. So we're going to let you gain some time back from even the marriage shop. We appreciate that you guys dropped in, that you're spending a little bit of time with us. But we want you to spend that time with the person that you maybe need to spend some time with. What do you think about that?
I love that idea.
Yeah. So we're going to come back in the next couple of weeks. We're going to tackle Batman versus Superman to some degree.
We are not.
I think that's a good one.
There's nothing what's there to talk about? It's just two dudes fighting. It's like, that's all it would be. So we might talk
about that. We're going to talk about football and marriage. And Was there another one? Oh, we're going to talk about arranged marriages, and we're going to talk about if it's okay to look. So we got a couple of things coming up in the month of October. October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you know someone who is a survivor, make sure you give them a hug, give them a call, think about them, let them know that they're in our thoughts and prayers. We know a few survivors. Our aunt, Nettie is a survivor, and there was no doubt that she was going to survive from the beginning. She's a strong one. So so it's very near and dear to our heart. And so with that, we're going to let you guys go early. What you got?
All right, we're going to pray.
Okay.
If y'all want to hang out, talk Cowboys, I'll do it. Heavenly Father, we come tonight just thanking you for being God. We just thank you for your presence. No matter what happens in the world of technology, on social media, on the internet, you're always there. And we just ask that you always continue to be there for us in our marriages. I ask that you bless our families. And we'll be sure to give you the honor and the praise. We ask that you bless everyone here tonight, be with them in everything that they do. We just thank you. We love you. And we trust you. We pray these and other blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all.
Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page so you don't miss us in the future. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.